Hey everyone, did that work? Welcome to Opal Oracle, anyone who is new. We shall attempt the weekly readings, okay? This is, I'm going to go in the zodiac wheel, starting with Aries and moving down to Pisces. Don't worry, Pisces, in the mirror world, you're always first. Now, I would suggest this is for the first week of April, okay? But this is a couple days before the full moon in Libra, which is, by the way, going to be something that definitely removes something out of your life. All full moons do, but it's Libra, okay? It's relationships, it's contracts, etc. It also is important the way that you're thinking about things, okay? Yeah, you don't want to have a lack mentality, okay, during this time. What happens is this woman, Paulina Aquina, I think that's how you say her name, she described it as like a banana peel, you know, like you're going to slip and slide in a way, and the energy is going to shift until the end of April, okay? But full moons affect us even longer than that, but that's just part of this time frame, so be aware of that, okay? Now, I would suggest, I guess you could ask a question. I'm going to give 5 minutes per sign, okay? Ish. So let's do Aries. Well, when I said Aries, this popped out, so you have to wait. What else for Aries? There is a cycle, hold on a second. I heard it's yes and no. Okay, at this point, and that's probably why the Hangman is here. Let's start at 2, and then 2 minutes for Aries, 1:53. So you have to wait, Aries, but you're not going to be waiting that long. The reason why you are waiting for something is because there's something that can't be seen yet. This is all, Mercury's in retrograde, so I would say whatever you're considering or curious about in this time frame. Did you see that bird? He just tried to fly in the house. Aww. But it got scared and it went away. When Mercury retrograde is up, you're going to understand the situation a bit better, okay? I see during this week there's something that was making you kind of sad that you're getting over also, okay? Like some of you, it's like you're excited to move forward, but the journey hasn't completely begun yet, okay? So, there's just, okay. I also hear something about May for you. Interesting. It's very forward momentum, your energy. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. It's like there's such a need to want to get the journey going, but you know you need to wait because you have to, I heard you have to change your clothes. Interesting. There's something about that, like from when the external, no, I'll take that back. Something that has been underneath, okay, it needs to be in the forefront. I heard the word Scorpio. And until that comes, so whatever's hidden that needs to be taken to the forefront that's why you can't move forward until this happens. And you can't move forward until this happens because it has to do with the way you're thinking about it, okay? I hope you enjoy the twilight. But this again has to do with Mercury retrograde because I see that you may have difficulty in communicating and being understood, like you're going to end up in these sort of kind of, there's a possibility that you could end up, if you don't keep patience to the process, okay? If you don't, you need to look at this from an analytical point of view, but not so much that you're getting stuck in your head like a Virgo, because Mercury's in retrograde and Mercury rules Virgo, okay? So the overall message is to be patient, to know that to everything turns. There is a season, turn. The birds. Don't overthink it, okay? Whatever it is that you are releasing is for your greatest good, so that you can begin again. Again, whatever is hidden will come to the surface, and then you can move on to where you need to go, okay? And don't have to feel stuck anymore. Aries. 6 minutes even. Hi, Taurus. Okay, weekly. While I'm shuffling, I guess I already said it, but think of a question. This is for the first week of April. I'll give you the best answer that I can find, and we'll see what other energies there are. I hope this finds you well, Taurus. There's so many emotions here, Taurus. Some are really positive, some are sort of negative, some are in between. The bottom of the deck is the Three of Swords. An air sign could be like upsetting you, or there's just this character here. Plus, I mean, this of course is your own mind. It's Mercury retrograde, so be cautious, okay? There's 3, here's 2. Then, oh, what happens? Ace, boom. Okay, right underneath that 3 of Swords. So there's clarity coming to the pain of the heart during this week. But that's the undercurrent. It's like you could take that and you could deal with that, right? Scorpio's here, you're opposite. Alright, let me not get too deep in these, because we only can go, let's see, 6, you get 5 minutes, you go to 11. 11 is Justice card. Okay, I believe that Mercury is retrograde in all people's relationship sector because it's because of the full moon in Libra, okay? It's part of it. Now, I see that you're overcoming your sadness, okay? I see that in a way, the way that you overcome your sadness and your negative emotions is through like detailed work, okay? It's important to, that's how you deal with it. That's how you balance your emotions. That's where your emotional maturity comes from. The only thing about this, although I love this king in this deck specifically, the King of Cups is a person that doesn't necessarily express when he is upset, okay? It's more like you go to, like, you just keep busy, okay? But I see that there's a need to think about what it is that you want. Like, you're really considering, like, what makes you happy, because right now, at least one of the things that you're doing is not making you happy. But I see technically there's and this unhappiness, though, whatever that is, that this discontentment is actually what's pushing you into figuring out, like, what makes you happy, okay? What is it that you want? If you could have 9 things that make you feel emotionally fulfilled, right? Not financially, not in the physical world, just emotionally good inside of you, what are those 9 things? It's important for you to know what those are for you, okay? And that's what I guess you'll be figuring out during this week. You'll be thinking about that, okay? And there's actually a lot of consideration to that. There's 4 cup cards here. There's 4 of cups, Okay, this is the foundation of your reading. There's a need to consider and make sure that you're not just ignoring your feelings, because if you ignore your feelings, what happens is this 4 moves on to the 5 because life moves on, and here's the 5, okay? You do have it in the reverse right now, which is good. It's letting you, like, you release these, right? Then you go down to the 4, and then you have to assess. You have to use your emotional maturity to be able to put in the work in yourself, right, to be able to figure out what it is that you're discontented with, okay? There's there's really positive cards, there's sort of negative cards, and then there's like neutral cards. So you have an opportunity to be in any one of these 3 worlds, but it's all up to you, you know, and it's all about how you express what it is that you're feeling during this time, okay? But with patience, okay, for yourself and for others. All right, Taurus. Okay, 11:11. Gemini. I know Mercury's in retrograde. Don't worry. You're gonna be fine. Just a minute. Well, if there was anything in your life that wasn't working out for your greatest good, if there's any sort of power play, it's over, okay? You are no longer going to be emotionally giving to situations that are only surface, okay? Which is really good. You're curious and considering the future so distinctly. I actually see you kind of pissed a little bit, so be careful. Like, because Mercury's in retrograde, your thoughts could be on the defense, okay? It's not that you're not willing to learn like you usually are. You like to learn about new things in a way, right? Some of you very much so. It depends on your 9th house, whatever. But the point is that you want to make sure that you're viewing this from a position of curiosity, not a position of stubbornness, okay? If your mind is in this mindset, well, what happens? Emperor in reverse, that's an asshole. Excuse me, let me put it in a different way. The Emperor in reverse is a person that is disempowered, okay? They're scared. They're a jerk. You know what I mean? They're just kind of mean, and they go about getting what they want in a really aggressive way, and it's unnecessary. I see for some of you, earth is no more. Fire is positive right now. Water is back and forth. Air is defensive. Okay? Your major arcana here are the Empress and the Judgment card, which is super positive. Okay? This is about, well, you have an angel and you have Mother Earth. Take it as you may, okay? 11, what are we doing? 5, 16. Now, because you add up to the 16, well, that's the Tower card. So the full moon is important. I would also say that something, again, could come to some sort of ending. That's usually what the Judgment card is, right? We talk about the last days, the judgment, whatever. That's about the end, right? The end of something. I also say that if any of you, I see that if any of you have been struggling in your money, there could be a turn of the tables that's actually quite beneficial for you. Maybe you were doing something for somebody for money, and now you're kind of like a side job. I don't know. And you're kind of like, no, like I'm not. There was something about it that wasn't emotionally fulfilling. The communication right now is just putting you in such a position of, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. So take it easy, okay? Reward yourself. Give yourself the praise that you feel like other people should give you. Okay? You know what I'm saying? That it's important to do that because you need to. I was just telling a client this, and I love the way that I saw this card. It's like You know, she's usually the Empress. Generally, she's pregnant, whatever, you know, because she's about birth. She made the earth, you know, out of nothing. And that's kind of what having a baby is making something out of nothing. But the point is that, you know, care for yourself, male or female, as if you were a pregnant person. Like, as if you were growing something. Because you are growing something. You're growing yourself. Okay? You're growing your life. You're moving forward. Right? It's really positive. But it really is the way that you think about it. And I know that emotionally, I see for a lot of you, I see strongly earth and water being difficult for you, okay? Like in a way, there's difficulty to the communication. I see mostly because in a way you're still defensive about something, okay? So be cautious of that. Maybe it's time for you to be a little bit more quiet, okay? All right. Cancer. What's that? 1605. Cancer, 16. Hold on a second. Let me shuffle. So think about a question. No, it's too many. Well, no, those weren't yours. Cancer. I don't want that to be yours either in any way, but we'll take this. You're going to stop thinking about something, Cancer. I'd also say you have air, you have fire, you have water, no earth. If you're communicating with the fire sign, I see that it's not worth your, I heard it's not worth your time. It's like you could be dealing with a really manipulative person that you're never going to win a fight with, okay? It's not worth it to fight. Hands up. Clean your hands of something, okay? I see that little short trips could be important to you. There is an element of fire here that's also positive in the way that someone is trying to bring more passion into your life, but you're afraid of it, okay? You're actually trying to run away from it, but what you're actually doing is running right into the arms of something, okay? Whether you want to or not, I heard. But for everyone, this Mercury retrograde's no joke, okay? There's something about it. The Libra full moon is relationships, man. You have to be careful. I mean, nothing is taken away from us that isn't meant to be taken away from us. If we think back to, like, exes or old jobs or old friends or whatever, we generally would be like, okay, that made sense to us. You know, hindsight's 20/20. So I need you to keep positive. Taurus also had this. It's not about, also because you have no earth here, it's about, like, you have, again, air, fire, and water. Now, 2 water, 2 fire, 2 air, it's very balanced, okay? 2s are about relationships also, but, like, you have a relationship with everything. A relationship with money, a relationship with sex, a relationship with food, a relationship with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your family, whatever, your dog, your house, your car. You have a relationship with all these things. So it's important to know what those relationships are, how you define them to yourself, and what really makes you happy, okay? If there were 9 things that emotionally fulfill you, that you need in life daily, right? That you could have daily, what would they be? It's really important for you to consider this during this time, because I see that in a way you're trying to get out of being stuck in your thoughts, and you're putting forth the effort, which is really good. How you heal better is by turning your back to things that have happened in the past, okay? And 16, what's that? 5 minutes is 21. That's the world, okay? Which Aries has a message for you. Now, that's a completion also. So I see that if you need to learn something about, there's something that you are learning about your own house. Okay? About what happens when you feel stuck in your own house. That's the energy of this time, okay? You may be waiting on a message from someone. I don't sense that you're going to receive it during this time, or at very least you won't receive it the way that you desire. Okay? Cancer. So, Leo 20. Hi, Leo. Oh, one just fell out. 2. 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. So, for some of you, you were single and now you're not. For others of you, you could be... Let me get another card, actually, because this can mean a lot of things. There. Hold on. There's a little bit of you're protecting yourself during this time, okay? It's like your abundance, your ability to be your independence is, I heard the word disconcerting, but it's like you're not willing to weird. People are strange. So much energy, right? It's like a Toyota Corolla from like 1992. Anyway, if someone tries to take away your independence, you're not willing to give that away unless you absolutely know that there is a path that is solid, okay? Someone's trying to let you know. I see 2 messages here, okay? Two strong information that are coming at you. Let's see. I just want to keep track. It was 21, so we're doing 5. That'll be 26. That breaks down to an 8. That's your card, Leo, okay? It's important for you. Look, if you take COU out of courage, what do you have left? Rage. Okay? It's important for you to understand your own power. Okay, really, like, what that means. I don't see you... I see you no longer being stuck in your head about something that you've been thinking a lot about, okay? And I see you not being sad about removing that thought process, which is really positive. You actually have the Ace of Wands in the bottom also, so you have 2 blessings here, okay? But if your hands are full, protecting yourself, you're not going to be able to pick it up, okay? You have to be fearless. You have to use that courageousness to be able to overcome this situation. Okay? It's alright, baby. And I see also during this time that you're not exactly communicating, like people aren't understanding you, okay? They're really not. You're trying to be clear about it, but it's, please. Defensive. I mean, she's protecting me, right? That's good. She's protecting herself. That's good. She's protecting the house. That's good. But why? What are you afraid of? I see that you actually showed up here, which is cool. You're in the reverse, so it's still sunny. It's still a sunny day. Oh shit, I'm sorry. It's still a sunny day, but obviously something gets in the way, right? Something shakes something up. And with these cards being grouped together now, you could be dealing with someone who's also dealing with this, but we're all a reflection of one another. So, but we're all at different levels. Okay, we can still reflect, but like I said I think it was with Libra. No, Capricorn. It was like the reflection is bigger than the reality. Okay, so if you see someone that's like really angry or really whatever, if you're watching this video, I would say that you're trying to better yourself, right? So in saying so, understand that that reflection may be true, and it's good to register what that is, but then also recognize that something's being highlighted so that you can, I heard, filter something accordingly, okay? Because your inner child right now, this is all inner, these are both children, this is your son's an inner child, you have your inner child right in the middle of this reading, okay? Then you have all this heavy sword, emotional energy on this side, and then on the other side is all pentacles, okay? So you have earth, air, and then inner child in the middle. A little bit of emotion on the side with but the thing is the emotions in your mind right now are not that positive. 5 of Cups in the reverse, sure, it's better than 5 of Cups in the upright, but it's still 5 of Cups on the board. So there's something about it where you could be closing this cycle, but there's something that brings something up that bothers you, okay? And again, it could be just somebody else's situation. I mean, we go from the Ace to the King, but this person is like, I don't know, Leo. You know what's going on. This is a 5-minute reading. Or I guess we're doing it at 27. Okay, Virgo. Hold on a second, let me shuffle. Virgo. Hold on. I've had some weird stuff happen to me lately, so some really poignant information. So it's important to not combine energies, okay? Like, which energies are your own, which energies are not your own. This is important to consider. Okay, it's very, very, very important to consider. Okay, and if they are your own, where are they coming from? Is it your inner child? Is it your child? Is it your wife? Is it your husband? Is it your ancestors? Who is it? Wow. I haven't shown really anybody, but you need to see these. Wheel of Fortune came out by itself. King of Swords and the Ace of Swords right next to one another. And then the Page of Cups. Okay? Pisces. So we have Pisces, Libra, technically. And this is Jupiter. Now, well, the truth of the matter, a significant truth comes out. And someone's going to be very surprised by it. Okay? They're going to be extremely surprised. I see that someone could be communicating with you from a very intellectual standpoint, also from a position of, like, well, something emotional. We have the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck. That's your fellow with the moon underneath that, Pisces. So now Pisces is here twice. Underneath that, 7 of Swords in the reverse. I don't know why I want to show you all these cards so that you understand what's going on, I guess. It's about the details, Virgo. It's about and it's interesting, it was 27, right? 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. 32 equals a 5. There's your 5. Okay? I want to mix these up and see where they go. The King of Swords is still turning his back on the Ace, okay? It's whatever is surprising, whatever ends up being something of a surprise, it's awesome, okay? if you want to look at it that way. Or you can look at it like, shit, I have a fish in my cup. This is awful. I don't know what to do. I don't want this cup. It's like, you want to view it from a childlike perspective so that you can appreciate and learn and expand from this situation, okay? I heard it's for your greater good. I like that this king is, and this ace are here, considering Mercury is in retrograde. You're going to be fine. Have patience. Be quiet. This king is very quiet, okay? He doesn't say a lot. He says what's important. I see whatever the truth of the matter used to be is no longer the case. As you can tell, these are two different swords. Okay? This is the sword he got when he was a kid. This is like his pocket knife. And now, here he is. He received his own, he made his own. And I like this owl up here with the algae as symbol. So you are, you're in a way, you are protected. Oh, I just look at that. I put it back. So, because that's what I kind of saw, is like, I saw it doubly so, and maybe this is Mercury, but where you were like turning your back on whatever it was that has happened, okay, the truth of whatever it was, and which is positive in a way, but there's also an advice for you to look at the truth of a matter and realize that what the truth used to be is not what the truth is now, okay, the truth that you hold in your hand. Okay, it is different than what it was before. And that's what the Hierophant is also here to teach you, is about faith. Okay, this is also, can be like a mentor. But it's like, no, the universe no longer wants you to be confused, okay? God doesn't want you to be confused. The birds are everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 birds. Don't worry about it too much. Okay, 32 minutes. You're going to be fine. Okay, Libra, hold on a second. Libra, one more time. Libra. This finds you well. It's probably going to start on like 33. Libra. Now. Ah, fucking egg, Libra. I actually already recorded these weekly readings, and you had like this, such a positive reading, and it was literally like 2 days ago. So this shows me that, like, okay, this week, hold on. You have 3 pentacles, 1 cup, 1 sword, 1 major arcana. Important to keep your chin up, Libra. Okay, I see that if you've been dealing in any sort of like if you've been wondering okay, you've been working on opening your heart, right? Well, this week, what did we start at? 30, I guess 32. So you get 5 minutes, 37. That's a 9. It goes back to the Hermit. Okay, Mercury's in retrograde. Ain't nobody gonna understand anybody during this time, especially with that full moon. I'm telling you, it's not. And I don't want to say that in such a way that like, oh, no one's going to have good communication. It's just there's going to be times throughout where you're like considering why it is that you're saying what you're saying and who it is that you're saying it to. And you're just going to realize that there's something parallel about those two situations, okay? I see that you're tired of juggling, okay? I see that you are no longer you're getting to a position of no longer being confused. We already talked about this, but like victim mentality. Okay, like, no more are you confused by that. About putting yourself in this sort of position and not asking for help. Okay, and it's interesting that the 5 is here, and then we have the 6, but the 6 is in reverse. Now, for a Libra, you really don't want this in reverse because it has your symbol on it. It makes it challenging, okay? It's also above the Tower. So, there could be something where if anybody's been controlling you in the physical world, like with physical things, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Okay? I want to see. You also have the Nine of Swords in the reverse next to the. That was so much energy. You are. Libra. I know you feel like, in a way, yes, you're figuring out what's going on, okay, what you're supposed to do next, but whatever it is that you haven't been assessing is going to be done, okay? That's what the Tower is for. It is to remove what is no longer necessary in your life, okay, because it doesn't help you move towards your highest good. I see that it's important for you to not be frivolous in your money during this time, okay? Because sometimes feeling better means going therapeutic shopping or something. Don't do that. I see that you're wondering about your job, probably, or something about that. Like, in total, you have 3 Pentacles here. This is you're wondering about your stability in the situation, and I see that your mind is turned upside down, and so are your emotions about the situation, probably because of this Tower. I want to pull one more, Libra. This one, the 6 of Cups, and the Moon came out. So, for some of you, you know, 6 of Cups is about reminiscing also. So maybe what you're reminiscing about, it's 37, sorry. We'll go to 38.
There's 2 little birds right there. I want to see their tails. I'm going to build a feeder soon so that they come hang around. I like them around, you know.
I know that you don't, like, the reason why this Moon is coming up is because you can't stay in the swamp, okay? You have to move to the Chariot. You have to move. And there's something that's tying you to the past, the 6 of Cups. It's also important for you to think about the people that are no longer in your life and why that is, okay? There's something about that so that you can relate it to now, kind of like Virgo had this too, where you're thinking about what happened so that you can figure out what you need to do in the future and how different now is from the past or how similar it is, okay? 3805. Scorpio. Scorpio, hold on. 4 of them. You have 1 water, 1 earth, 2 fire. Bottom of the deck, more earth. Didn't we talk about this on your birthday? Closing this card out. Okay? Just because you're closing something doesn't mean that it's not going to keep knocking. Okay? But you already know that. And you actually already know that this card is no longer for you. And you're very much starting to realize that. Okay? There's no need for you to be stuck in this situation during this time. Now, if there's a yes or a no, I see a yes and a no. Technically. I see that the foundation of it is a yes, but the reality of it, if that makes sense, is a no. At this point in time, we're only talking about this first week, right? What did you start on, 38? 43, which is a 7, so you have a spiritual challenge this month. Maybe this month, too, but this week. I see it's important for you to understand step by step what the steps are, okay? If you feel upset, if you feel apathetic, etc., it's important for you to communicate, Scorpio. If you don't communicate what it is that's bothering you, nobody knows, okay? If you just turn it into like a poetic it's like sometimes you have to just be really, really clear and stop giving the energy of I can handle it or whatever that is. You don't have to do that, okay? I see that if you're communicating with a fire sign, that could be very successful during this time. Water could possibly be making you kind of blah, and this could very well be your own water, but that's only because you're not caring for yourself physically. Like, you need more physical exercise. Maybe changing your diet would also be really helpful. I see some of you are thinking about, you're trying to, there's something that wants to begin, right? But you're scared of it. You're scared of it, and but you don't have to be afraid anymore of the push and pull between your head and your heart, okay? If you need to, I heard to do a meditation of a infinity symbol that does this, okay? Which, what's in the middle of that? Your throat, okay? It's so important for you to communicate how it is that you feel when it is that you're not upset. You know what the thing is about Mercury retrograde? People say, like, oh, I mean, I've even suggested to be quiet, and we should. That's what it's for. It's for we're supposed to retrospectively be looking at things, okay? Now, and that's important, right? But the thing is like, we can't go through life like every time it's Mercury retrograde, like not have a conversation with someone when we're upset or when something's bothering us. Now, should something be bothering us all the time that we have to talk about it? Not all the time, but sometimes, sure, there's going to be something that somebody does that we're figuring, because we're all learning and growing. But the thing is like, regardless, someone has to accept you for who you are, and I see that someone does accept you for who you are, even when you're not strong, but you don't believe it. You don't believe it. You're being stubborn in your mind because your emotions feel heavy, okay, about something. You're carrying a lot of energy inside of your body that you're not releasing, and that's why this didn't come out until much later, okay? And that goes back to this Queen of Pentacles. It's so important for you to care for your body appropriately, the physical body, okay? All right, Sagittarius, 52, 42, 55. Sagittarius, hold on. Sagittarius. The Archer. Wow, did you see that? This just flew out like from a bow and arrow. So, the answer is I don't know. You don't know either. Jeez, holy, relax. See? That's what happens with you sometimes, right? Like, even the way I said happens, it's like it goes out so much. We've been talking about going more in, right? Now, there's a new road that you're about to walk down, but it's like you're too confused right now to be making a decision about something solid in the future. Whatever it is that you're doing, you have to view it from the expectations that you had. It's like you need to meditate more, because the path that you're about to walk down is, you need to meditate at least, you need to take at least 4 seconds before you do anything. Slow down, okay? Because the full moon is going to reveal something to you, okay? So that you can understand and receive what it is that you want, okay? I see very strongly the 31st of March, okay? Yeah, you shouldn't make a decision until at least the 2nd. The 2nd to the 5th, there's going to be difficulty having making decisions, okay? Particularly that have to do with home and the family, etc. There's something about that. What did we start on? 44? What's that? 49. Let's just go to 50, okay? I feel like I want new cards for you. Hold on. Sagittarius. Well, I see Capricorn, I see Scorpio, I see you. There's 3 males here, 1 female, there's you, right? And then here's this person in the side, this earth sign on the side. There's something that still ties you to the past that you don't. This is only a week, okay? You're still hurt about what somebody did to you in the past, okay? Both these cards are Capricorn, okay? But it also is very much, it's just earth, okay? It's earth that is not nice. Look at this card, okay? It's not a pretty card. No offense, Capricorns. But it's not. I see that Scorpio has a message for you. You're going to be dissatisfied on the 7th. And I see again the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 5th. The 2nd, the 3rd, and the 5th are strong. Okay? It's like something's just going to come to light so that you can consider and understand this path that you're about to walk on. Okay? You'll figure it out. Alright. 48 minutes. Capricorn. Let's see your week. These ones don't want to... Well, here you are. Good. Male or female, doesn't matter. There's something you feel like you want to give up on. Like you've lost the point of view. Okay? The point of view that it was before, it's like something has changed. The wheel in the sky has turned, but unfortunately now it's on the bottom. Okay, you're on the bottom for some reason. It happens, the wheel will go back around. Technically there is no top and bottom, the wheel doesn't do this. We're talking about the wheel like this. Okay, they do it this way because it mimics the heliocentric model, which makes you feel like you're on top or you're on bottom, whatever. What if we were all just flat on a flat plane, like they call it? Anyway, the point is that I just keep hearing giving up, giving up. What makes what I heard, what makes you think that you don't have enough? What makes you think that, okay, there's an importance for you to take time to think, okay, but not think too long, You have two threes here. Like someone finally puts their wall down in a way, or someone's shedding a light on when did we start? 48. There's much consideration. The only major, well, the major arcana here, I see for any of you who are like involved with someone, not being, you probably, it would behoove you to not be physically involved with them. Or maybe that's the hint, is that you're not, there's a removal of physical, like, of passion or what have you. Yeah, that's probably the case, right? So it's making someone feel, and the reason why they're doing this is because someone feels lack. Someone feels like someone can't make a decision, so it makes them sad. They're just going back and forth like, am I supposed to? Am I not supposed to? I'm trying to feel this out, but my feelings feel shitty. And there's a possibility that you can make a negative judgment call, okay? Yes. I also see that for some of you, this is what you, knowing what it is that you don't want, knowing that you're dissatisfied in something, it's also possibly someone being dissatisfied with you because that's the way that it goes. Okay, that's the way that the wheel goes round. Someone's really learning about what power means, what the possibility is to... I want one more card for you, hold on. What is the possibility of a life? What's that swan song? Like, love can save you, like, but it can't save me. And he's talking about the way people perceive being in love with somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, people see this and they're like, oh my God, now I'll have love. It's like, but why didn't you have it before? What's your deal that you don't have it before? Maybe because you haven't had it before with another that's healthy. This can also be an end of a relationship. Capricorn, what's going on? But the thing is like, we've been talking about, and I don't really, you know, whatever, everyone's got a relationship with everything, but like, this is always part of the relationship with yourself. It's like breaking up with the shitty part of yourself. You know what I mean? Being honest about that fact and not being so like, just trying to act like everything's cool in the physical world when something obviously internal is not working. Okay? I see by the time when Mercury's in retrograde, you're going to have difficulty communicating with your family, okay? 54. Aquarius. Hold on. That card bent. The Wheel of Fortune just bent. It's upright though. It's good. Aquarius. Hold on. See, Aquarius, I didn't have, when I was doing this, I was kind of just, I was feeling it out, which is good, right? In a way, we could have found the message in there, but there's something about the importance of the intention, okay? What is the intention? Aquarius, okay? Quick communication. Probably some quick communication that is not going to be 2 5s. Frig. Some communication. This goes back to the intention. If the intention is not appropriate, the conversation will be inappropriate. Okay? I see that you could be, there's air, there's water. This just went up, right? Air, water, and fire. Okay? No earth. So you're not feeling grounded yet. Wheel of Fortune, that came out before. See the bend? That's good. Okay? It shows me you're defending your beliefs about love too, in a way. You're like protecting yourself. Like you're not gonna just, I heard reveal yourself. You could also be dealing with someone in your life, Aquarius. Could be dealing with someone in your life that sort of communicates in a juvenile way, okay, where they don't know how to have the conversation, and it's because deep down they're working through their situations of the past, their karmic situations, but something like, I'm glad the sun's doing that. They are healing. There's healing. This is just the first week. So, good girls, you mean. So, you know, we won't get too deep into it. 9 of Pentacles on the bottom. The 3 of Cups underneath that. And then the Ace of Swords. And then the 2 of Cups. Okay. Something... I mean, someone could very quickly be offering you a whole bunch of emotional conversation, okay? It's possible. But the thing is the only way that that's possible is if that conversation also expresses, it has to come from a positive place. If we stay in the negative, that's when we make the mistake of making an inappropriate judgment call when we get in a fight with somebody, okay, like a verbal disagreement, whatever. See that someone's not looking at something also during this week. But I sense it in the way, the best advice is, because Mercury retrograde is about going backwards to, like, reassessing what has happened. So, in saying so, it's like, don't get yourself stuck that what happened in the past is going to happen in the future, because specifically up until this first week with that Libra new moon, you really want to make sure that your energy is for the greatest good, for the positive, okay? These are your technical road signs. Like, this is your exit. This is your advice, okay? It's also something that's like, it's sort of a car that, you know, drives itself. So you also jump from 10 to 20. So you're jumping 10 steps, okay? 10 is a cycle. It goes back to the 1. But then we still have 1 left, the world, right? I hear you're going to, something on the 1st of April will be important to this process, Aquarius. I don't remember when we started with you. Hold on. Let's do a couple more. Aquarius. You don't know if you should emotionally give to somebody during this time, and I would say that it would be wise for you to not make any solid decisions just yet. You want to examine what has... It's like you can't see the picture yet, and the way that you're feeling right now is causing you to have only one sort of point of view, okay? It's important for you to view this situation. The Judgment card came out again. Like, whatever's happening, you can make any judgment calls you want to make, but God makes God calls the shots. So pray. Pray. Okay? Ask to be released from anything that is not for your highest good. Ask to be who you are, like to put you in a position of vibration, of physicality, of emotionality, spirituality that's the most suiting for you. Okay? And thank God for that, because we have that opportunity to do that. Okay? Don't forget to ask him how he is, or she, whoever you're talking to. Okay? Now, last but not least, Pisces. Pisces, 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 Pisces. Don't be sad, sugar. I know you're thinking too much. Okay? A lot of consideration. What is the future? What is the future? You're not feeling too hot about the future. Okay? I see that there's such an importance, Pisces, to keep faith. And I heard know your moral compass. Interesting. I see that work is going to be better. It's going to become less, like maybe you'll have new work, or something. I don't know why it's all about work. Like, the thing is there's all kinds of other cards. You actually have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana, 5 major arcana on the board. The Hierophant is here. Here's a 5. Okay? You also have the Sun, the Chariot, Death, and the Hangman in reverse. So, Pisces, what I see here is there's your card. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. You have to. You must. Deve. Because you will block yourself. I feel like right now you are blocking yourself from being on the sunny side, always on the sunny side, being on the sunny side of life. Okay, there's something about that. I know that the center focus, like there's like something that's splitting the situation. Okay, there's something that is kind of a barrier from one side to getting to the other side. It's like there's a wall to be climbed, and the thing is that wall that needs to be climbed has nothing to do with you. Okay, just I heard leave it be, because the other side of that wall actually isn't. It's like you don't really know what's on the other side of the wall yet. So, like, maybe you have an idea. It's more faded than you think that it is, but it's not your place, okay? The full moon in Libra is going to do something for you. You're going to find out some sort of news that helps you to see, like, the truth of the matter really does come out clearly, okay? Where basically energy is going to be coming at you also, so you want to be aware of your own energy and how that plays into, like, the structure of yourself, okay? If that makes sense. There is newness, though. Whatever you've been waiting for, no more waiting. And then there's the end of something. Because what it was that completed was absolutely for your greatest good, so that you could remove something that's been blocking you from growing, okay? From accepting, from moving forward in a really honest way that's truest to your highest self, okay? And your inner child's like, hey, listen, don't give up. Don't give up. Keep working on what you're working on, okay? You don't have to worry about just have faith, okay? Have faith. Because the truth of the matter is, you can't control other people, okay? That's God's job. So all you can do is keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. I don't remember the rest of the words, but I bet it's a good song I heard. I think the McClay sisters sing it. Okay, sing, dance, do things that make you feel good. Who gives a fuck what anyone thinks. Peace out.